you might hear some churches or some Christians say Halloween is demonic.
Yeah.
Don't celebrate Halloween. You are celebrating death. You're celebrating demons, celebrating ghosts, and you are overemphasizing evil spirits.
I remember hearing this this clip came up on Instagram, and it was this pastor, and he was talking about, yeah, you might be praising God on Sunday, but you're cheating on him on Halloween. And I'm just like, bro. No, I'm not trying to say, like, there are aspects of Halloween.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not all about, like, all the death and gore and blood. Horror.
Me neither.
Miss me with the horror movies. I can't handle it. I'm a complete wuss. Like,
Same.
I'm just not about that. Like, it's just like the over glorification of, like, the death aspect. I'm not for that. I'm not really for that.
There's even like outside of church right now, it's October at this point, and people are already decorating their homes. And
Yeah.
you see the skeletons and whatnot. So
When he says outside the church, it's like the houses across, not our church
Yes,
decorating
sorry.
with skeletons. Just a heads. I just wanted to
Yes.
clear that up real quick, real fast.
thank you for that.
Yeah.
So there is an element of Halloween in Christian circles that if you don't have wisdom regarding Halloween, you can get too spiritual about it, and you can also be not spiritual enough regarding Halloween and what it represents. Especially if you call yourself a Christian, what does that look like for you to celebrate Halloween or acknowledge Halloween? Like, we can talk about that a little bit because it kind of plays into that balance. you know, so.
It's just like what is your. The Bible talks about so much of our actions and what we do is the motivation behind them, like the intent behind it. The reason I love Halloween is my old church would have, and our young adults, we would have Halloween costume parties and stuff. It's fun to gather together and be creative with the minds God gave us and pretend to be something else.
There's that fellowship,
And we're
aspect,
gathering,
too.
we're gathering together.
Yeah.
We're dancing. We're like rejoicing. We're probably eating too much sweets because it's that time of year. So we got 2 more months of this anyway. But just the fellowship aspect. I like the creative aspect. That's also like one thing when we talk about on this topic of like, you know, should you watch Harry Potter or not?
Ooh, yeah.
Where it's like, first off, for the people who ban Harry Potter from their homes.
Or Yu-Gi-Oh! My mom banned Yu-Gi-Oh! For me.
My boy got a sore spot from this for years, man. Which is understandable. I fizzled out on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty early, but I do understand it. But for the people who like are kids who grew up in homes that didn't have Harry Potter, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, anything that kind of seems magical or witchcrafty, but are okay with Chronicles of Narnia because C.S. Lewis wrote it and he's a famous Christian, sure. The main bad guy was a witch. There's magic in Chronicles of Narnia.
That's a good point.
So I just want to put that out there. But even with that, I'm not even saying that now you should throw out Chronicles of Narnia. That's not my point. My point is that I just see Jesus. I see, especially when like there's the main characters who often so many times risk their own lives for others. I just see Jesus in that. I see the creativity of someone writing this story using that mind that God gave them to write it, to be creative. I'm not creative at all. Maybe like that's why I enjoy it. It's just like, I never would have thought to do this and play this and have this part connect 3 movies later. Like I don't have that kind of forethought. So it's like mind blowing to me. So, and again, Paul writes about we have liberties in these kind of things. I'm not trying to blanket statement and say you have to enjoy these things. And I'm not trying to say you must ban these things. Whatever God has convicted you of, go with that. More than listen to us, go with God's conviction. That would be my biggest thing.
If it lines up with Scripture and it is consistent with God's character and the free will that he does give us, go with that.
Yes.
I think when we when we look at holidays like Halloween that seem to celebrate all these evil things, God is in the business of making things that seem evil or bad into good things. At the same time.
Redeemable.
Yeah. So, as you were saying earlier, like Halloween is still a cool time for Christians to gather together, to have a themed celebration together, and you can choose to celebrate Him instead. And
There's nothing wrong with pumpkins.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with hay rides.
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice might be everywhere, but there's nothing wrong with it, I guess.
Yeah. We have, here at our church, we have a fall festival during
Hallapalooza.
Hallapalooza, exactly.
So ridiculous.
For the kids. It's a great way for it to reach out in the community and just show the love of Christ as you gather together from people all across the neighborhood.
Yeah,
You
and
have-
it's not just for the church; it's for the whole community.
Exactly.
It's like literally,
Yeah.
it's like an invitation to church, but not the building.
Exactly.
Like the house churches will have tents up for them to get plugged in, but it's just a free event.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
So cool. Free food, free games. Did I hear a pastor dunk tank?
Oh,
I think I heard they said that
Really?
on Sunday.
which one of the three?
I don't know. But maybe it's a hazing process for Pastor Omar.
Pastor Omar, if you're listening to this,
Yeah.
watch out if it's you.
we got good tennis arms. We gonna find out.